Story time with Mama G. Come and hear a story with me. Love who you want to be, who you are. Learn these lessons and we'll go far. It's story time. Story time. Story time with Mama G.
Hello everybody, it's Mama G here, and welcome back for another story time with Mama G. I hope you are all having a gorgeous summer holiday, and I'm very excited to join you for some more Silly Squad Summer Reading Challenge fun. Now, before I tell my stories, don't forget you can find me on... What's this sequin doing here? Go away. Oh, I didn't mean the mouth. Don't forget you can find me on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. Just search for @MamaGStories. Now you will see that I have been joined by some very special friends. Yes, that's because my first story is a spin on the tale of Goldilocks. So I thought I would be accompanied by some of my very best bear friends. So if you would like to be joined by some of your very best bear friends, why don't you go and get them? Sit them around the screen and then you can all enjoy the story together. And whilst you're doing that, allow me to make some introductions. Here we have a little MV Bretagne bear, which I bought when I was a pantomime dame on Brittany ferries. Yes, and the Bretagne specifically during the summer holidays. And here we've got another Brittany ferries bear, because you can never have too many bears from France, you see. Here is... I don't know what this bear is called, because this bear is actually my uncle's bear, and I don't know if he knows that I've got it. Well, the jig is out, isn't it now? Because if he watches this, then he does surely know. And I remember us arguing over it when I was 3, and really, I'll repeat that. I don't mind. Then here we've got Pudsey, of course. Now, some of the grown-ups might remember when there was a restaurant called Happy Eater. And during Children in Need one year, I collected lots and lots and lots of tokens just so I could get a nice cuddly Pudsey bear. And I adore Pudsey, I do. And then down here, we've got my gorgeous friend Bungle. Now, you might recognise Bungle. Well, some of the adults might recognise Bungle from an old kids' TV programme called Rainbow. And Bungle's very special to me because when I was little, I loved watching Rainbow. And then when I was a grown-up, I got to play Bungle in theatres all over the country. So that teddy bear there, really, that's me. Oh, lovely Bungle. Isn't he gorgeous? And so are you ready? Now introduce me to your teddy bears just very quickly. Hello, lovely to meet you. Hello, thank you for joining us. Hello, darlings. Oh, how lovely to have you here. Well, aren't they all gorgeous? And now I think it's time for my story, and it is called Goldilocks. Now, I am going to have to read it off my iPad because I can't memorise this one for some reason. Now, I shall be playing Goldilocks herself. I will be in character, so imagine this is blonde hair here. Hi! This is probably quite exciting for you, because here in fairy tale land, I am what they call a big deal. Yeah, thank you. But the reason I'm here today is not to blow my own trumpet. It's to talk about somebody else. And as hard as that will be for me, they deserve this moment. People of fairy tale land, I am here to talk about a hero that walks among us. Please, put your hands together and give a huge round of applause for Baby Bear! Woo! Come on, bring it in. Let's have a hug. Oh, gosh. Oh, it's so good to see you. Now, Baby Bear, do you have anything that you want to say? Anything at all? Yes? Oh. Don't worry. I can take it from here. He's very shy. He's a very, very shy bear. Basically, fairy tale land is fairies, giants, Kings, knaves, goats, old women living in shoes, and old women swallowing flies. Basically, Baby Bear changed the course of our lives forever by being kind. You know the way that most of our fairy tales really end in some kind of horror. Like when Snow White made the Wicked Queen dance in shoes made of red-hot iron. Or dear little Red Riding Hood having to cut her way out of the wolf's stomach. And who can forget the Little Mermaid dissolving in the sea because the prince saw sense and married someone with less baggage and legs. But Baby Bear has put an end to those endings. My fairy tale friends, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Can I get a once upon a time? Thank you. Let me tell you what this bear did. Unless you'd like to tell them, Baby Bear. No, you're right. Oh, it really is my story. Well, I was being your typical fairy tale damsel in distress. Pretty, gorgeous, immaculately made up, flawless, I think you'd say. But, like any good heroine, I do have one thing I struggle with. And my thing is directions. Shout out to Hansel and Gretel, I wish I'd met you sooner. So there I was in the woods. And of course it was getting dark. And of course the trees were starting to look like they had faces. Well, this is fairy tale land after all. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. When all of a sudden, I found a cottage in the middle of the woods. Now, you know what it's like. What do you do when you find a cottage in fairy tale land? You knock on the door. Even if you don't need to go in. And if no one answers, you open the door. Cottages are famously left unlocked and unoccupied during working hours around here. But I don't need to tell you like that, do I? I went in, and it was just what I needed. I could have cried. It was neat. It was tidy. And there was 3 of everything. I don't know why I needed 3 of everything, but it felt right. There were 3 bowls of steaming hot porridge, which was lucky, because getting lost does make me hungry. So I tucked into the first bowl. But it was too hot. Oh, I burned my mouth. So I'm going to have to tell the rest of the story with a lisp. Only joking. I tried the second bowl. But it was too cold. I spat it out. I tried the third bowl. And it was perfect. I gobbled it down as fast as I could, and I went to sit in front of the traditional fairy tale fire. Well, the first chair I sat in was far too big. The second chair was too big too. That's the problem, isn't it, princesses? We're only slight, you see. Our waists are tiny, and our legs are thin. It's an impossible body image, actually. That's something we should look at our next fairy tale conference. Can you make a note of that, Tom Thumb, please? Yeah. Thank you, darling. Anyway, cruel fate. I was too big for the small chair, and it fell apart underneath me. But I wasn't about to go home. So I went upstairs to try and find somewhere to sleep. There was a very big bed, which was very, very hard. There was a not quite so big bed, which was very, very soft. And there was a tiny bed, which was very, very comfy. So I curled up and went to sleep in no time. Now, at this point, Baby Bear, perhaps you'd like to take over the story. I was, after all, asleep. No? No, it's fine. I told you. Very, very shy. Well, I don't know how long I'd been out for, but I was just dreaming about porridge when I was woken up by this almighty roar. I was so scared I nearly did what bears do in the woods. I opened my eyes, and a giant papa bear was racing towards me. Fortunately, the mama bear pushed him out the way. I thought she was saving my life, but then I heard her say, "Let me at her!" And that's where this beautiful baby bear comes in. He didn't want me to get hurt, so he bear hugged his mama to the ground and then came and sat with me. The other two bears couldn't get cross when they saw how well we played together. "What are you doing here?" Papa Bear asked. And when I explained I was just following fairy tale land protocol, and I should have realized it was going to end badly because it always does, well, I think I saw them become cuddly bears. "Oh, we were wrong to assume, weren't we?" said Mama Bear. "Yes, we were," said Papa. "You never know what is happening in somebody else's life. So, never jump to conclusions. You might even find you are able to help them. And now, because of this beautiful, kind bear that stands before you today, I have 5 of the cuddliest best friends in the world. I'm just not allowed to sit on their chairs. Let's have 3 cheers for being kind. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Oh, thank you, baby bear, and thank you, all of you, for looking after me. Oh, isn't that lovely? So that was the story of Goldilocks, told from Goldilocks' perspective. And just think, because of Baby Bear now, our fairy tales have happy endings rather than something terrible happening to everyone. And I think that is just lovely. Now, I think it's time for a little change of scenery because for some reason I can only read books in that direction. It's a bit weird, but we've all got our foibles, haven't we, darlings? And this is a wonderful book, and I want to make sure you get the full benefit of me being able to read it properly. It is called 10 Fat Sausages, and it is by Michelle Robinson with illustrations by Tor Freeman. And very excitingly, look at that. It's been nominated. In fact, it's the winner of the 2020 Laugh Out Loud Awards, or the Lollies, if you will. And I can tell you why, because it is a very funny book, and I really hope you love it. Here we go. 10 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. One went pop, and the other went, hang on a minute, I do not like this. The fridge went hum, but the pan goes hiss. Well, I won't go bang, and I won't go pop. And sausage number 2 went hop, hop, hop. Over the counter, and glug, glug, glug. He was doing quite well, till they pulled out the plug. A whirlpool! He spluttered and reached for the chain, but sausage number 2, whoosh! Straight down the drain. 8 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. One went pop, and the other went, hang on a minute, I've had quite enough of sitting around in this hot, oily stuff. Well, I won't go bang, and I won't go pop. And sausage number 4 went hop, hop, hop. Over the counter and into a bowl. This is more comfortable. Yes, on the whole, I am far better off. But this switch is a mystery. On went the switch. Sausage 4 was history. 6 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. One went pop, and the other went, hang on a minute. I want to break free. I don't want to end up as somebody's tea. Well, I won't go bang, and I won't go pop. And sausage number 6 went hop, hop, hop. Straight up the cookbooks and onto the fridge, over the wide open freezer top ridge. The whole world awaits. I'm a freewheeling man. Giddy up! Sausage 6 was flung by the fan. 4 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. One went pop and the other went... Hang on a minute. Oh no. Oh, she was my best friend. She didn't deserve such a terrible end. Well, I won't go back. And I won't go pop. And sausage number 8 went hop, hop, hop. Down from the counter and over the floor, past the cat's bed. If I'd just reached the door, freedom awaits. I could make it. Oh, drat. A little less sausage and a lot more cat. 2 fat sausages sizzling in a pan. Try not to pop. We'll escape. I've got a plan. Bang! Yelled the sausage, and pop! Said his brother. The hob was switched off, and they embraced one another. Now, as sausages go, that last plan was quite clever. Might this pair survive? Chipolatas forever! Over the counter they went at a run. Let's hide in this squishy thing. Whee! This is fun. They hauled in onion rings, danced in red sauce. 2 silly sausages. 1 main course. But I think they escaped because there you can see them hobbling away. One sausage with a bite taken out of him and the other chopped into slices, but just about managing to balance. That was 10 Fat Sausages by Michelle Robinson with illustrations by Tor Freeman. Well, I hope you are enjoying this story time with Mama G. Don't forget, if you want to see more of my stories, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search for @MamaG Stories. Now, it is time for my last story. I know, isn't it sad? And some of you may have heard me tell this story for last year's Summer Reading Challenge, if I came to your libraries. Now, last year's Summer Reading Challenge, the theme was space. And this story is about an alien friend of mine. Now, before I tell the story, of course, I do need to introduce you to my alien friend. So I want you all to say a very big hello to him. Here we go. Oh, hello. Hello. That's not a very good alien voice, is it? Hello. Oh, that's better. Yes. Now, are you excited? Because this story is all about you. Are you looking forward to hearing it? Oh, of course I am. Oh, good. But you've heard it lots before, haven't you? Because you came on tour with me last year. Yes, very good story. I hope you all enjoy it. I'm certainly no ventriloquist, am I? But I do hope you enjoy the story. And I'm going to be reading it from this little book, which is called More Story Time with Mama G. Oh my goodness. And is available at petitepantos.com and also amazon.co.uk. Oh, that sounds good. It's a very good book, actually. Oh, let me have a read. Oh, yes, very good. Thank you, darling. And now let me tell the story. Here we go. This is the story of an alien who lived in outer space. But he had one great big dream, to live amongst the human race. So much so, he changed his name to something less alien canon. He went from being called Sprick Sprocket to being called simply Alan. Alan would look down at Earth, and his heart would skip a beat. Oh, what I'd give to live along that world's long and winding streets, to smell the flowers and feed the birds and go swimming in the sea. Oh, living on Earth would make me as happy as an alien could be. You see, life on Alan's planet wasn't that great. In fact, it was pretty bad. And that's why he'd started to dream the dreams of Earth that he had had. Where Earth has its seasons, sun, rain and snow, a dusty, dry planet is all some aliens know. And where we have our culture, books, music and sport, to be entertained all Alan had was his very simple thoughts. Eventually Alan had had enough. I have to get away. I need to visit planet Earth, and I think today's the day. He got into his spacesuit. Oh, he looked rather smart. And then he got into his spaceship before he had a change of heart. He took a deep breath and closed his eyes. And before he could change his mind, he went flying through space at a very fast pace and landed in Leeds. What a find. No, I'm joking. He didn't land in Leeds. He landed on a rubbish dump, which wasn't our best hello. It made it seem that, unlike his dream, Earth was full of rubbish wherever you go. Then he noticed that the rubbish dump was bobbing up and down. Strange. I've always thought that Earth was solid, at the very least the ground. A bird flew by and Alan cried, Oi, mate, can you explain? The seagull squawked, You're in the sea, but the humans treat it like a drain. They throw their rubbish in with the fish and don't care what happens next. And now so many of my friends end up with plastic round their necks. The bird flew off, and Alan thought, I must have got a bit confused. This planet is so beautiful. This isn't how it should be used. I'm going to meet some humans and find out what's going on. I'm sure they want this world to be beautiful too. That seagull must be wrong. The spaceship shot up in the sky and Alan flew around the world until he landed in a playground that was full of boys and girls. Some of them were in a circle, pulling funny faces and calling names at someone in the middle who didn't look the same. She had a different colour skin and was wearing different clothes. But just like all the others, Alan thought, she has 2 eyes, 2 ears, a mouth, a nose. Alan watched the bullies, who were getting very mean. He watched until it got too much, and he had to intervene. Stop it! Please! Why do you hate her? Everyone being different is what makes your planet greater. The chanting stopped. The faces rested. Phew! Oh, they think I'm right. Then they all turned to him. Get the alien! They screamed. Alan ran into his spaceship and immediately took flight. Alan flew round and round. What was going on? Earth wasn't at all what he thought. How could he have been so wrong? The beautiful mountains passed him by, the rivers and forests too. And all the while he wondered why, and perhaps what he could do. Suddenly, he looked down at the ground and saw something in distress. In fact, it was a circus bear wearing fancy dress. The bear was scrawny, thin and sad, and looked just like a clown. That's not how bears dress, Alan thought. And I guess it's getting him down. Alan skidded to a halt. Are you all right there, Mr. Bear? No, I'm not. I've been abandoned, and the humans just don't care. I've danced for them and balanced on balls, but now I'm all worn out. They've got no use for me, you see. Now I don't make them scream and shout. Oh dear. When it comes to respecting the earth, Alan said, I can see that humans just don't bother. And if they can't do that, then we really can't expect them to respect each other. So, Mr. Bear, why don't you and I and that girl I met today do something to show them all there is a different way? Mr. Bear raised his paw and swore for sure that there and then he would join in the fight. So they went and found the little girl, and she knew that they were right. The 3 unlikely friends flew back to where it had all began. You see, Alan had a plan, and it was quite a simple one. The 3 unlikely friends flew back to where it had all begun. You see, Alan had a plan, and it was quite a simple one. Piece by piece, they started to take bits of plastic out the sea, and piece by piece people started to see the sea's fantastic beauty. And as they saw how gorgeous it was, they wanted to see more and more. But the three friends couldn't work fast enough, so people started to help them with their chore. The bullies from the girls' school worked with her to form a line. And with all of them working together, the plastic was out of the sea in no time. And the people from the circus came and used their circus skills. They flew and jumped and span until, and this they thought was brill, all the plastic was in the spaceship and being sent into outer space, where it would be used to build homes and libraries for Alan's alien race. Alan looked around and saw that everyone had become friends. The girl and the bear gave him a hug. How nice to have a happy end. The seagull flew by and said, "Oh boy, I think you might have done it. I thought we'd lost the human race, but it looks like you've just won it." You see, Alan knew our world was wonderful, and now you know it too. And now we know that if we treat it right, the world will always look after you. The end. Oh, everyone say goodbye to Alan. Bye, Alan. Bye, darling. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye. Oh, lovely. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story. It was called Alan the Alien, and like I said, it is available in my book, More Story Time with Mama G. Well, that's all I have time for today, but we are going to end in our traditional manner with "If You're Happy and You Know It." And why are we ending with this, I hear you say? It's because the thing that makes you happiest is the thing that makes you you. And what makes me happy is being a pantomime dame and getting to tell you all stories. So here we go. Ooh, yeah. Clap your hands, dance the music, let's have a good time. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're tired of wearing hats, then wear a wig. Whoop, woo! If you're tired of wearing hats, then wear a wig. Whoop, woo! If you're tired of wearing hats, I can help you out with that. If you're tired of wearing hats, then wear a wig. Whoop, woo! If sequins are your style, then shimmy and shake. Ooh! If sequins are your style, then shimmy and shake. Ooh! If sequins are your style, and they really make you smile. If sequins are your style, then shimmy and shake. Ooh! If you're good at telling jokes, then have a laugh. Ha 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 ha. If you're good at telling jokes, then have a laugh. Ha 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 ha. If you're good at telling jokes, better than the other folks. If you're good at telling jokes, then have a laugh. Ha 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 ha. If you're feeling fabulous, then shout, "I am, I am." If you're feeling fabulous, then shout, "I am, I am." If you're feeling fabulous, just like the rest of us. If you're feeling fabulous, then shout, "I am, I am." Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I will see you all very soon. Bye.
It's story time with Mama G. Come and hear a story with me. Love who you want to be, who you are. Learn these lessons and we'll go far. It's story time. Story time. Story time with Mama